Okay, I think we should get to the next topic, which I think is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Atlanta is no longer at the top. I think people have caught up to them, and they are no longer the number one team. I think they're like a top 4, maybe.
They're probably top 4 still, but what I think would happen with Atlanta is kind of like the same thing that happened with like Optic last year. Like Optic was so ahead of the game last year in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then people just caught up, like, because they were just so far ahead, there was almost nothing else that they could learn.
Then like
so they started to lack off a little bit, which
it
I
feels
don't
like
think they were lacking off.
it feels like scrims are like pointless
Yeah.
due to how you already know everything and you're just helping teams learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they still have the capabilities. Seeing what I like is you still see those like top tier performances from Cellium and Abeezy. Like, I honestly that's my favorite call out is Abeezy spot next to Metal Stairs, that little building, bro. I just call that Abeezy spot now.
Wait, which map?
On Gunrunner. By Metal Stairs on Gunrunner when you got the fort. I was like, bro, that's a BZ spot. I don't want no one else can tell me otherwise. That's a BZ spot.
I use that spot a lot.
It's a great spot.
Fast indeed, dude.
Oh, 1 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece.
No, I was like, I think that they have a little bit of clutch factor. Okay. But I feel like Cash is giving them way too much, like, what is it called? Hope, almost? Where it's like, they're going to bounce back next defense. Like, they're getting taken down by, like, middle pack teams. And, like, the maps that they're losing aren't that close. They're, like, 80-point games. They're just not ahead of the pack.
But they gotta figure it out, though.
Do you think there's a mental pact between, like, a mental, like, block between Cellium if he goes against Chicago Huntsman for, like, a game 5 round 11?
Why would it be a mental pact?
Dude, because every single time Cellium has went 1v1 to clutch against Scump, he's lost. And last time,
I don't know. I mean, if he's fully aware of that, absolutely.
dude, he has to be.
I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like even when I play scrims and league matches, I don't like, I'll notice someone I played against, but I don't really remember how they did, how I did against.
See, the reason I think that is because if I'm Cellium, I'm going back, I'm watching like BO4 when like, he was like first popping off. You know what I mean? Like when he's just first showing Space Clan. And one of the like the top moments in like one of the videos.
The frequency.
Yeah, that frequency 1v1.
Frequency 1v1. The Scump clutch.
Yeah, wait, Scump, what was it? Was it 1v1 or 1v2? It was 1v1.
It was a 1v1. Scump was blue window.
Yeah, and he slid that, like he ran out on him when he was behind the table, and he got that clutch. If he's remembering that, and they come out, and if it's a round 11,
was that game 5?
I think it was. Yeah, that was a knockout match too. I think.
I think that really hit Cellium fucking
ego.
Thing, though.
Okay.
Not his ego. I don't know. I don't think FaZe has an ego much, bro. They just kind of seem like a lot of young players who just kind of like vibe, I guess. Like they just kind of.
See, I want to hear something I heard the other day. They're trying to play smarter due to them not being at the top anymore. But I think them trying to play smarter takes away from their crackness, and that's hurting them. And that's hurting them more than it's helping them.
They're good at. What they're good at. I mean, they have replays as coach, but my thing is
he wasn't he like demoted? He's no longer the head coach.
That was an April Fool's joke.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it was because everyone came out and said it. Everybody came out and said it.
Well, maybe they should actually think about it.
Nah, my thing with Crowder, bro, is the fact that like.
By the way,
Crowder's
super nice guy.
But if you remember, like last year, 100 Thieves won back-to-back LAN, back-to-back majors, and then didn't win. Really, I mean, they it made it to the finals, but they didn't really like. They came up like hella short.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, I don't even think it's him. I just think it's the players. But it might also just be like their tactics have to change because people are catching on. Cause, like last year, Mindfreak in the amateur scene, Mindfreak won back-to-back events, and then in Miami they got knocked out hella early.
True.
I remember I was fucking literally my match just ended. All I heard was a scream, and I was just like, "What the hell happened?" Looked at Twitter, it's like Mind Freak knocked out. I was like, "Aha!" Alrighty then.
By the way, quick thing off topic. Crowder and both of his parents, super nice people. What do you think Florida's current position is in the league?
Honestly, bro, hearing about what happened with Paris and Dallas, keep it straight. I honestly just think
maybe the
I feel
honeymoon's
something
up.
will happen with the servers. Honestly,
I think they are a tie for a top third team.
I mean, no, they're definitely a super top team. Honestly, but I think what happened to them like this last home series had to do with servers because like a lot of people just stopped watching after the Paris match. Like during the finals because they're like, oh, it's on Dallas servers. Never mind, this is easy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Why was it on Dallas? Excuse me. Why was it on Dallas servers?
So apparently they can veto servers. I
Yeah.
don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, because there's 3 servers.
But,
There's
so
one in
there's
LA, there's
3
one
there.
in Chicago, and there's one in Dallas.
But we need more servers. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah,
We have
I know.
3? But
I think there might be
apparently
one more,
Dallas-
but I don't know.
Dallas vetoed Cali servers because that's closer to Paris team because I think they all live in Cali. I think.
No, they live in Vegas.
Do they live in Vegas? So they
That's-
got rid of
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
And then so Paris had to choose either between getting rid of Chicago or Dallas. Now Paris is farther away than from Chicago's servers or Illinois servers than they are from Dallas, so they had to get rid of that.
Plus,
server.
isn't it Illy that lives in like Canada?
Does Illy live in Canada?
I'm pretty sure he lives in Canada.
Hmm.
So that's why like teams like that's why pretty sure it was Chicago that talked about it. They played them when they played, and they played on Chicago servers. But the only problem is Dallas had one player that was closer to the Chicago server than anybody else.
We have to get more servers, dude. It's a joke, especially because I don't think LAN's gonna start off like because I think a second round of COVID's gonna hit, honestly. Because when it gets to wintertime, everybody gets sick. Like everybody gets sick.
Actually,
So
a vaccine was just sold to the U.S. government, like 2 billion.
Hey, what happened?
A vaccine was sold this morning, for like 1.95 billion to the U.S. government. Who knows? So you ready for the last topic for news and stuff?
So
Is Minnesota's year over?
look, man. All right, that's my team. My boys over there. No, I don't think so. I think they're starting to switch up, but honestly. So look, let me give my explanation, but it's gonna seem like I'm going on like an off-road.
Okay.
So when I started competing, like, I had a buddy of mine. His name was Luca, simply Luca. Don't know if you've heard of him. Some people have. He's played with like Sure, Tish.
I haven't heard of him.
But when he introduced me to this whole scene, and it was like a great thing. And so when I was getting ready to go to Miami, he's like, you make sure you know how you're gonna perform, because there are some people who are really good on LAN and they're not that good online, or they're really good online and they're not that good on LAN. And I honestly think that Minnesota is a
LAN team.
phenomenal LAN team, but when it comes to online, I don't think I think they're a good team, but I just think they're a LAN team, to be honest.
That's what I think about like Chicago almost.
I think Scump thrives off the crowd, bro. I'm gonna keep it
absolutely. I think he's good without the crowd too.
He's still good without it,
But I think if you put the crowd in front of him, you are going to boost his stats over the roof, beat the chance going, and he's gonna put up that all-star performance.
Absolutely. Like, some people don't like the crowds, and I feel like some people perform much better, without having people eyes on them 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, not just like in game, but like literally on them.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that Minnesota is a great LAN team, but when it comes online, I don't think they quite have it.
But
maybe they might pull some like shit that Paris did this last home series at Champs. I don't know.
By the way, can I just say that 2 things. One is, when I heard Chicago was making jokes saying that Scump made a joke saying that he wanted to secretly fly out 1 or 2 players, like 4 more Envoy, to Chicago because Envoy's family lives in Chicago. not tell anybody, then veto the servers so they get Chicago servers every single time.
Say that again.
They were gonna secretly fly out a player or two from the Chicago roster to play in Chicago. That way,
But doesn't everyone live in Chicago but Formal?
no, they all live in Texas, Frisco,
Uh-huh.
and that's why last time they played, Dallas even vetoed off the Dallas servers, so the server would be closer to Illy in Canada. That's why Scub was making a joke saying that he wants to fly out Formal and Envoy to Chicago, to where Envoy's parents live at, so they have 2 players on the server. Which I was like, yo, that's sneaky, and that's actually really smart. I think, see, I heard some like random kid say that Envoy, well not Envoy, but Scump wouldn't be as good if in today, and like he's not as good without the crowd. Like people do realize that he started playing when like, there was barely any crowd. Like I didn't think that he would be the same performance without the crowd at the LAN.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to remember, so many years have passed where like, especially with the larger crowds, where
I think he's just more composed.
I mean, you know that there's that famous, like, if you type Scump in a GIF bar on Twitter, bro, you get the one where he stands up and he starts like raising his hands, like making more noise. So, I mean, I think now he like he still can perform. He still can give that all-star performance, just not to that level of LAN. Just for the simple fact that I think he loves the fact that the crowd will go like erupt if something goes crazy.
See, I think that he's gotten to the point where like he doesn't have to play at the all-star performance. I think he has intelligence now. That like
Clayster?
Yeah, like Kim, Formal. I think that they have like the intelligence and they know how to like just play smart to win.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Weird.
You know what?